Last week we spoke about beliefs, the beliefs that you have that stop you from succeeding as an artist. Do you believe that you're actually a talented singer? Do you believe you're a talented songwriter? Do you believe that you're a better producer than you are a rapper? Or do you believe that you are actually a better rapper than you are a producer? What is your skill? What really is your path and your purpose in this life? So if you haven't watched the video on beliefs, then I encourage you to go back to last week's episode and watch that episode on beliefs, because I think it can really enlighten you in so many ways about your purpose and actually finding fulfillment in your main area of your skill, right? So today I want to talk about mindset, right? So it's not enough to believe something. It's not enough to believe that, hey, you know what? I think I am a better rapper than I am a better producer. It's not enough to say that I am a better songwriter than I am a singer. Maybe you believe that you're a great singer. Maybe you do believe that you're a great songwriter. And so because you believe these things, you act as if that you are those things. Now, here's a stumbling block where I see a lot of artists fail and a lot of artists struggle, because there's a common misconception that by believing something, that by simply acting as if you are something, that you will essentially have the results of that individual. Now, this is going to sound slightly contradictory, because on my own channel, I've just posted a video about how to change your mindset. And one of the ways that you change your mindset and transform yourself from being the person that you are today is that you act as if you are the person who achieves those goals, right? So in other words, if I'm overweight but I want to be fit, I will act as if I am the person who stays fit. In other words, I'll wake up in the morning, I'll do my workout routine, I'll start eating healthy, I'll start to develop the characteristics of somebody that stays fit, right? So this advice works in most areas of life, but it doesn't always necessarily work in all walks of life, and especially when it comes to music, because hey, this is what's going to happen to you. When you release your music, right, you act as if you are the superstar, right? Because you believe that, hey, if I act as if I'm a superstar, people are going to treat me like a superstar. Now, here's the problem with that line of thinking. The problem with that line of thinking is that people see you for you, right? They don't believe you are that person because, hey, you are not that person, right? You aren't that person yet. So if you simply act as if you are the superstar and you treat your fans, right, as if they should be applauding you and showing up to your concert when you can't even book a venue because nobody knows who you are, then what's going to happen is that the people that try to support you are going to feel like, actually, I don't feel like this guy really appreciates us. Now, it may sound weird that I'm saying this, but I'm going to tell you a story from two parts. And the first story I'm going to tell you is my own story when I started making music, right? Now, when I started making music, I had a good understanding that obviously I could make music, I could produce music, I could songwrite, and I could sing. And when I put it out there, with the intention that, I'm going to do everything I can to produce a high quality type of video and to create this image and this persona of this person who is just so, out there, right? And I remember when people who knew me saw this video, they were like, wow, I had no idea that you were this kind of artist. Now, this can work one of two ways, right? And the first way that it worked is that it actually showed me in a different light. So it changed the perception of people of me from who they thought I was to this artist, right? So the distinction now happened between Tawanda, the person that I see at work, and Tawanda, the artist who I see performing on video, right? So this was positive because what it created a separation between what they thought I was and who I was trying to be and the artist I was trying to present to them, right? So because of this, it actually made it easier for me to kind of say, hey, I make music on a serious level and you should take me seriously as a serious artist, right? So it helps for the people that know you to transition from this to this. But where it doesn't necessarily help sometimes is when you approach people who don't know you, right? People who don't know you and have never met you. And then you're positioning yourself as this famous artist who is doing so much and you have so much clout and you dress a certain way and you talk a certain way and you already try to embody the attitude of a superstar. So if you've ever, met a superstar, maybe met someone who's really famous, and then you see how they're sort of standoffish because, hey, they've got paparazzi and people taking pictures of them and, they don't want to shake hands. They just want to get in and out. I just perform my songs and I move out. And you see these type of artists and you think, well, they've made it, right? They're a big artist. So yeah, I can see why they would behave like that. But here's the funny thing, right? Have you seen artists who haven't really made it at all? Maybe they have maybe a couple of thousand fans. And you try and talk to them and they just so standoffish, like, oh, yeah, thank you. Oh, yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, thanks so much. Okay. Thanks. Bye. I gotta go. And they don't ingratiate themselves with their fans. So what they do is they essentially turn off the fans because the fans are left thinking, hold on a second. This guy isn't really, grateful for my patronage. This guy or girl isn't really showing gratitude for my loyalty as a fan. And I always give this example. When Cardi B was coming up, she was very relatable. She would talk to people like they were just people that she knew on the streets, and they're people that she knew from back home. And because of that, it made her very, very relatable, right? And so because she was very relatable, it meant people wanted to get to know her more. People wanted to support her more because they didn't see her as this big mega star, but they just saw her as Cardi B, who's from down the street, who I'd love to see thrive and be successful because she's just like me, right? So because they looked at her this way and thought, hey, Cardi B is just like me, I'd like to see her thrive and be successful, I can support her because, hey, I love her music. So I see two types of artists here in many, many ways. The artists who approach the industry and they already position themselves as being that kind of superstar artist, and they're like, oh yeah, you should love my music because it's great and I'm really great, and you should really support it because I'm just fantastic. I don't really have to develop any relationship with you. I don't really have to kind of interact with you on social media and do any of that stuff because, hey, I'm so great. And then I see the other artists who are, who are still talented, but hey, you know what they do? When you post something on their page, when you comment on their page, they interact with you, they engage with you. They speak to you in a way that makes you feel connected to them. They make you feel like you've known them for a long, long time. And it's just like, wow, this is just my friend. Why wouldn't I want to see this person succeed? Two different types of artists here. So this is a mindset that I see that's often prevalent in a lot of independent artists. And you can kind of tell who will succeed and who won't succeed, right? Between these two artists. So when I see this all the time, I can almost predict that this artist here, they're not going to succeed. And this artist here, they have a very good chance of succeeding because I can see already how I feel about them because of their humility, because of their mindset, because of how they approach me, that I want to support them. I would love to buy their music. Because here's the thing, right? I'm in the music industry. We built a platform that's supposed to help independent artists. So I'm in the position where I'm constantly speaking to many different independent artists. And you know what? I've actually given a lot of work to artists who I know would appreciate the work that I'm going to do for them. So if an artist I know shows gratitude for my support, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to promote you. I'm going to send you through to other people that I know because I know that you're a grateful person. And gratitude is a way of showing thanks. It's a way of showing the universe that you're grateful for the opportunity. So I give them the opportunity because I'm like, yo, this person's so grateful that they won't embarrass me. Whereas there are the artists out there who feel like they're doing you a favor by you listening to their music. It's like, dude, you're not doing me a favor because there's other millions of artists out there that I could be giving my attention to. I could be listening to someone else's song. I could be downloading someone else's song. I could be going to someone else's concert. I could be buying someone else's merch. So you as an artist, you really need to have the mindset of somebody who approaches a fan like a customer. So you're a business basically, right? You're somebody who's selling a product that you've created and you want these fans, these customers to buy your stuff because they love your stuff, right? To buy your stuff because they believe in your stuff and they love your stuff and they want to give you money to show you that they appreciate you. So it's the opposite, right? You want them to show you appreciation and you want to show them appreciation as well. This is a two-way street. And here's what I will often say. When you're not showing your fans the loyalty, the appreciation, the love that they give you, that you want to get from them, they will never show it to you. I'll say that again. When you're not showing your fans the love, the loyalty, and the respect that you want from them, guess what? They won't give it to you. So if you're an artist and you're out there and you're putting out music and you're treating your fans as if, you know what, yeah, you're a fan and I won't like your comment, I won't even respond to your comment. And I know that, listen, it can get very overwhelming when it comes to talking to people online. Listen, I'm an introvert myself, so I know how this can feel to keep a track of everything, to keep up all the platforms. You need to kind of find a way to do that. So if you can't do that yourself, then you need to kind of build a team around you or find people around you who can help you do that. And if you can't interact with all your fans because you find yourself being spread out so thin between social media, Instagram, maybe Facebook, and maybe you got YouTube and maybe you got Twitter as well, then I would say that it's much better for you to focus on one or two channels, the channels that you know are natural for you to go on, the channels that you know where you are going to be 24/7, right? Because you don't want to be thinking about it as a second-hand thing to say, oh, by the way, I forgot to interact with my fans. Oh, let me now rush there and interact with them for 10 minutes. And then you leave it for another 2 days, right? It's better that you stay in a couple of places where you normally are naturally. And then just by staying there, you build that rapport, you build that relationship. People can find you because you're always posting your stories, whether you're on Twitter, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on YouTube, whatever you're doing, you want to create a presence that's consistent with those fans so that they can develop a consistent relationship with you. So again, start small, focus on one or two social media channels that you're going to be heavy on, that you know you're going to be on naturally anyway. If Twitter's not your thing, then don't worry about Twitter. Trust me, I know that you might feel like there's so many billion users over there, so I'm going to go there, and there's so many billion users over there, so I have to be there, and there's so many billion users on YouTube, so I have to be there. And if you feel like that and you feel like there's so much pressure on you to be everywhere, trust me, you don't. You're better off just kind of converting a small number of fans and really giving those fans a super duper experience with you, because by giving those small number of fans a super duper experience with you, that's how they really connect with you. In fact, from that point, you can even ask them for way more, because hey, listen, you are giving them something that's so unique that other people are not able to give them. So I want to talk about mindset, because I think the mindset of artists, first of all, we can talk about many things in many different areas, but I think it has to start with fan building, because when it starts with fan building and building a loyal fan base that actually gives you something for what you're delivering to them, it all starts with developing that connection. Everything else pales in comparison if you are not able to develop a connection with your fans, right? So what do you do now when you've managed to work on these customers, these fans, and you've brought them into your world, and you can say, you know what, these fans, I've now been able to develop a relationship with them. I'm consistent with them. They know where I'm at. They know where to find me. What do I do now with these fans? So what you don't want to do is you don't want to send them to a streaming platform, because what's going to happen is when you send those fans to a streaming platform, they will do exactly what you say, and they'll go to that streaming platform. They'll stream your song maybe once, maybe twice, and if they really like it, they might stream it maybe 10 or 20 times. But here's the thing, right? Because streaming platforms only pay you 0.005 pence per stream on average, that means that one of your fans will have to play your song 365 times once every single day for 1 year to give you just $1.82. So what are the chances that one of your fans is going to play a song every day for the whole year? The chances are that's not going to happen, right? So I want you to think differently about this. Do you think that if you told your fan to go to a place where you would actually get their email details, or where you'd actually transact in some other way with them, that they would do that? That if you focused on this small group of people, let's say 1,000 people, if you focused on them for 6 months or a solid year, working with your fan base, working with your audience, inviting them into your personal space, whether that's on YouTube, Instagram Live, or YouTube Live, or Facebook Live, you're inviting them into your world consistently for 6 months to a year, do you think that you could ask them for $2? Do you think that you could do that? Do you think that you could maybe say, you know what, guys, you've been on this journey with me. I'm showing you my live reels. Maybe when you're traveling to a gig, you literally have your phone there and you just record it. Come with me as I perform my show. Come with me as I move around this world. Hey, for the first 100 people that are joining me, I'm going to give you guys special access to some of my events in my backstage with some of my friends. Don't you think you could give those people, those 1,000 people, way more value in the course of a year than $1.82? I think you could. So mindset is very important, and this is where 7th Century Music comes in, because we allow you to have that access, right? We allow you to have the data. That's so key, because if you don't have the data, if you're putting music out there and you're sort of, just asking people to go out there and to stream music, your fans who love you, who are loyal to you, who you've nurtured and you've done all the right things to get, are gonna do the thing that you told them to do. They're gonna go out there and they're gonna stream your music, and they won't know that they're only giving you less than $2 for the whole year that they've streamed your music. They won't know that, because hey, that's what you told them to do, and they've gone out and they've done that. So instead of doing that, I encourage you to ask them instead to go out there and to listen to your music, to stream it, but to also download it. Because when they download your music on 7th Century Music, here's what you get. You get their name, you get their email, and you get to know which country they're from. And now once you have this information, right, you can now put them in what you call a funnel, right? You can put them basically in a system that businesses use commonly to sell their customers things, right? Now, this sounds a little bit like dark. I know if you're an artist and you're like, oh, I'm such a perfectionist and I don't want to sell my music, and it's just natural. I want to be organic. Let's be real. If you want to actually make a living, you have to start operating like a business, right? So I'm going to give you some business insider tips. Here's what you do. When you get some contacts and you get their names and you begin to find out exactly who they are, you want to put them through what we call a sales funnel. And what a sales funnel does is that it doesn't just ask for money up front. It actually presents that person, that client, that customer, in your case, that fan, with an offer to say, hey, look, I know you've come in here for this and you're getting this. And also, apart from getting this, you're also getting this. And apart from getting that, I'm also going to give you this and that and this and that and this. And depending on what you're able to offer this fan, over a period of time, of course, this fan can actually go, you know what, I really like this place. I really like this artist. I really want to see more from this artist. Hey, you know what? I've developed a strong relationship with this artist. In fact, I'm willing to buy this artist tickets and buy their merchandise and even buy their music, or even just donate to them, because they've already given me so much. So a funnel takes a client through one point of contact, and then it allows you to have many points of contact, because hey, scientifically speaking, this is proven that it takes about 7 contacts for you to actually sell something to one person. In other words, before you actually buy something, the likelihood is that you've seen that thing more than once, more than 3 times at least, and about 7 times, right, in repeat, so you can actually kind of say, you know what, I'm not familiar with this thing. What is it actually? So by the time you touch base with someone maybe 3 times, 4 times, they're like, you know what, I've seen this person now 3 or 4 times. Who are they? So now after you've gotten your customers, right, your fans through this funnel, and you've been able to develop a level of relationship with them, right? You've been able to contact them a few times and develop an actual solid relationship with them and offer them something of value. Now, when I say something of value, I'm not just talking about like just giving them your music because you value your music, but you don't know if that's what they value, right? You want to know what they value. So by getting their contact information, their name and their email, and know where they're from, you can actually begin to ask them certain questions, right? So again, it's important to have that information because if you have that information, you can ask them questions. They can actually define and tell you what it is that they value from you, whether it's seeing your live performances, whether it's seeing your behind the scenes footage, whether it's seeing you recording a song, whether it's seeing you practice with your mates as part of your band. There's many ways that you could actually offer value to your fans, but you won't know that until you ask them, right? So think about that. Think about developing that funnel for your fans and think about kind of figuring out exactly every single way that you can offer them value. So if you want to know more about that and how you monetize your audience, how you build a connection with your audience, then sign up to the Learning Hub that's going to be linked right below here. Because in the Learning Hub, we take you through 15 videos about how to do this, how to manage your audience, how to actually get them through this funnel, and actually how to teach your audience how to give you value, right? So you have to understand their mindset, right? So a lot of the things that you're going to learn here are going to be about changing your mindset because that's what we're talking about here, right? Changing your mindset so you can provide value to your fans and to your audience, right? So as much as you want to change your own mindset, you also want to change the mindset of your audience as well. So it starts with you and then it grows throughout to them. So if that's you and you want to learn how to do that, then I advise you to sign up at 7thCentury.co.uk as an artist because our platform will allow you to get that information. And only by getting this information can you learn more about your audience. And once you learn more about your audience, you can then begin to change their mindset about how to offer you value. So I hope you like this video. If you like this video and you like the information that I shared in this video and you want to see more of this information, then do like, do share, and do subscribe. And tell me in the comment section below how this video challenged your mindset. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week. We post a video like this every single week. So if you haven't subscribed already, stay in tune and stay in touch. I look forward to hearing your music. I look forward to seeing you over at 7thCentury.co.uk, where we have a lot more in store for you, where you can go through that little thing we call a funnel, and you're going to go through that and see exactly everything that we have to offer you, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. We have a lot more that we can offer you, including managing your audience, managing your split payments, withdrawing your money within 48 hours, doing all the cool stuff that allows you to monetize your music in the best way forward, and do that in a very organized and streamlined way that will leave you knowing exactly where you're going as an artist. So if that's you and you're interested in knowing how to do that, then sign up at 7thCentury.co.uk. I look forward to seeing you there. I look forward to hearing your music. Love you as always. Take care. Bye-bye.